Good afternoon. It's Friday, the 22nd of January, and I'm coming to you live from the Four Courts in Dublin. Before I begin, I invite you to go to the Irish Inquiry website, and there is a drop-down box, Help Us, and you can enter details there of how you can offer your technical skills, or alternatively, if you would like to donate a few bob towards the housekeeping, that would be very welcome. So, as I've said, I'm coming to you live this afternoon from the Four Courts in Dublin, where the case of Anthony McGann and Kevin Taylor came before Judge Leonie Reynolds for mention. It was a remote hearing, and Rossa Fanning and Mr. Rooney, another barrister, were there to represent KBC Bank. And he outlined to Judge Reynolds that it was not possible for the prison service to provide a video link from the prison to the court because Anthony McGann and Kevin Taylor are both in self-isolation because of COVID, and it hadn't been possible to get a doctor's certificate to furnish to the court in time to allow the video link to go ahead. He also advised or spoke to Judge Reynolds about Colm Granahan. Colm Granahan on the 23rd of December purged his contempt of court and was released from prison. At that stage then, Judge Reynolds obviously was advised that there were people present in the courtroom, in courtroom number 15, that weren't party to the proceedings, and she asked for us to leave. Now, I was present and another journalist was present, and we both produced our NUJ cards, and she advised that the President of the High Court had said that there was to be nobody present in the courtroom unless they were party to the proceedings, and that we should have organised a video link prior to the court hearing. Now, that was news to me. I didn't know that I would have had to do that, neither did the other journalist that was present. So she advised that in future that was what we must do. Then she also mentioned that Colm Granahan this week had attempted to furnish documents to the court register, and that he was advised that he could not do so because he was not a named party in the proceedings. And then she, Rossa Fanning, said that they had received no documentation from Kevin Taylor, but that they had received documentation from Anthony McGann seeking to have certain matters entered into, and that it was his understanding from those documents that Anthony McGann was not going to purge his contempt of court. So Judge Reynolds has adjourned the proceedings now until Thursday, the 18th of February. And she said that in the meantime, Anthony McGann and Kevin Taylor can purge their contempt of court. So that really is an update on what happened this morning in courtroom number 15. And for those of you who are not familiar with the case, Anthony McGann is the man who was evicted from his home along with his his sister Geraldine and his brother David in December 2018 by men acting on behalf of agents that were acting on behalf of KBC Bank. And I suppose it's generally been known as the Strokestown eviction. And then if we fast forward to 2020, Kevin Taylor, Colin Granahan and Anthony McGann were jailed in November for contempt of court. And Anthony McGann and Kevin Taylor remain in prison. Colin Granahan, as I say, was released from prison on the 23rd of December. Now, I am hoping to go live tonight, sometime after 10 o'clock on the Irish Inquiry site. And I hope to speak to Donal Hanley. Donal is in almost daily contact with Anthony McGann, and I also hope to be able to speak to Colin Granahan. If I can just move away from this morning's proceedings and just to speak in general terms, for the last fortnight, I have been in contact with a number of people who are very, very concerned that the regulations that are currently in place are being used in a way to deny open access to our courts. And I suppose the pillar of any functioning democracy is that our courts are open and accessible. And that was always the case, except in family law cases held in camera. In all other cases, the courtrooms were open and everybody was free to go in and listen to the proceedings. That has all ceased, and the hearings are now being heard remotely. And this morning, I suppose, is an example of what happens. So for a journalist like myself, who's not up to speed on what is actually happening, we can find ourselves locked out of the court and not know what is going on and not being able to report on what is actually happening. And I have been in a number of courtrooms and at a number of court hearings in recent months. Well, and many of you that follow me would be aware of that. And there are designated seats with a green sticker where you can sit down. So it is possible to social distance, and you could be at least 10 feet away from the next person. And I'm just asking the question: the government and the Minister for Education, Norma Foley, are currently asking special needs assistants to go into school and assist children in their personal needs. In some cases, assisting children to go to the toilet and assisting children to eat and so on. So these special needs assistants are in close proximity with children. And indeed, so are their teachers. And healthcare staff are expected to go into COVID wards in hospitals and be in very, very close proximity and attend to the needs of very, very ill patients, attend to their personal hygiene needs and so on. So it involves very, very, very close personal contact. And the question that I'm putting out now is this: how, on the one hand, are people like special needs assistants and special needs teachers and people on the front line in COVID wards expected to go in and be up close and personal with people, and in the case of the healthcare workers, up close and personal with people who are COVID positive? And on the other hand, it is not possible for a journalist to go into a courtroom and sit 10 feet away from the next person present in the courtroom. I'm just asking the question. And as I say, this is not a reflection on what happened this morning. If the president at the High Court has issued regulations, those regulations have to be adhered to. And I'm a great believer in upholding the law and not breaking the law. But if that is the regulations in the courtroom, in the interest of keeping staff there safe, well, why doesn't the same regulations apply to other workers? I'm just putting out that question. So that then is basically all that I have to report from the four courts this morning. And as I say to you, I hope to go live tonight with Colm Granahan and with Donal Hanley. And I would appreciate very much if you would share this video, because I do believe that the issue of the imprisonment of these men has kind of gone off the radar, and people are, have moved on, and other issues then have come to the fore. So we must be mindful that these two men are still in prison. Thank you so much for watching.